Welcome back to Sunday League Football, where today it's another YouTube collaboration. We are facing up to Daniel Cutting's Freestylers FC. If you don't know, then get to know. Daniel Cutting, good friend of mine since doing this YouTube thing. He's a football freestyler and has brought together a team full of football freestylers, hence the name, Freestylers FC. Now, freestylers, of course, are known for their skills, their tricks individually, but can they work together as a team? They've already played a few games together. You can check them out over on Dan's channel. Links are in the description below. Now, in case you missed Sunday League Extra, we're doing two 60-minute matches in this one. The first one is going to be on this channel, which you are watching right now, and the second game is going to be over on Daniel's channel. Now, this is where I think I have to step in and owe Dan an apology. There's obviously been some wires crossed along the way. Maybe my communication wasn't as good as it could have been, but the way I had this set up was game one was going to be the Palmer's first team versus the Freestylers, and in the second game we've got the reserves along to play them as well. Once our opponents arrived, they noticed we had a lot of players, and the two-team thing was news to them. Now, when organising this, I'm pretty sure during our conversations I did mention that the first team will play and the reserve team will play, and I also put it up in the pre-season fixtures graphic. You know what? Sometimes things are missed, and this is the result of it. I actually thought they had a much bigger squad to be able to cope with it, but instead it's a small squad that's travelled down, and they're going to be playing 120 minutes against two teams that got 60 minutes each. Again, mixed wires and apologies. But anyway, let's see who's turned up for the first team today. Well, not the goalkeepers. They're borrowing Sean once again. At the back, we've got Dan, Tony. They're also borrowing Gonzo from the reserves. Nosey left wing back. Charlie from the reserves at right wing back. Then you've got Elliot, Tommy, and Luke with a dog in the middle. And then finally, it's Asa on his debut and Lewis up top. More reserve players on show. We've got Greavesy on the bench as well as Nick and Connor. Okay, as you can see, both teams are pretty much ready to roll on this 4G surface. A lot of people have been asking, is this where we're going to be playing our games from now on? Thankfully, no. We're going back to grass at the college, of course. The only reason we've been playing here is because we struggled to book up games on grass pitches during pre-season, so this was what was available. But I think we should stop rambling on. Let's crack on. Let's go. Okay, so first action of this game is with Tony, who's allowed to travel forward. No pressure on him here as he plays the ball in between the two defenders. For the run of Nosey, he's going to do well to keep it in, and he has done, as he looks to put the ball through the legs of the number 5, but he stands tall, and that goes out for a throw. That's then taken by Nosey into the path of Asa. He gets it under control onto his right. He puts it into the box, but no one's committing, and that's straight into the keeper's hands. Here's Tommy now spreading the ball out to this near side for Tony. Did a lot of that last week against the Dons. Looking for a good performance from him again this week, as Tony's allowed to travel forward again, puts it forward to Nosey. He's gone down from that challenge there, and it's brought back for a free kick. Tommy then looks to launch that forward for Lewis, but it's a little bit too far. That's over his head and out for a goal kick. So we've got a throw in over that far side now with Lewis, who sends it into, I'm guessing that's Charlie. I can't see anything. Andrew, what's going on? It's given back to Lewis, who puts it into the box for Asa. One touch, two touch, bang.
Yes.
And there you have it, 1-0 to Palmer's FC. Asa with his first ever goal for the club. And it all came from Lewis over that far side, who managed to get the ball into the box. It fell to Asa here. Couple of touches, bish, bash, bosh. This is what he's been brought in for, to score goals. We'll be looking for plenty this season. Not just from Asa, we've got Lewis as well. We've got our all-time goal scorer Nick, and an array of midfielders that can bang it in as well. Should we kick off? Let's kick off. Not long after, a little bit of possession for the Freestylers, but they've lost out pretty quickly as Elliot drives through there and gives the ball to Asa. Now he's got options to his left and right. You've got Lewis there and Elliot. He's opted for Elliot as he gets it under control, makes his way into the box, hits it, but it's a good save from the keeper there, and it's cleared away by the 67. His Freestylers now making their way forward. Laid off by the 11, dinked over the top by the number 6, into the path of the 30, who's got plenty of space to be able to put a cross in there, and he does so as well. It's a looping ball towards the back post to number 14, Daniel Cutting himself, and we're seeing the Freestyler side of him there. Nice little skills to send Nosey to the floor there. Looks to dink it in, but Nosey blocks it, and that is into Tommy. Tommy then plays it forward to Luke. Nosey's back on his feet now as he gets the ball off of Luke and drives forward here. He's got a few men in support as he looks to go beyond the number 6. He does there. Spots Lewis on the far side, but that's not the ball he wanted, and that is straight through to the keeper. Here come our opponents now. Tommy looking to win the ball back here with this challenge, but he's taking the player instead, and that is a free kick. And that free kick is taken over the wall straight into Sean, but he's nearly dropped it there. Does well to recover. Could have easily gone over the line there, but he's just managed to keep it out, and the score stays 1-0. We move on, and here's Tony now. Been getting a lot of joy early on. No pressure on him whatsoever as he's allowed to lay the ball off to Tommy, who sticks it over the top for Lewis. First time ball into the path of Asa here. It's a good save from the keeper. Asa then looks to pick up the loose ball. Lovely little Rabona cross into the path of Lewis here, who hits it. Oh, and he's hit the post. It's fallen back, and Freestylers eventually clear it out for a corner. So it's Asa to send this ball into the box. It's towards that back post. Good punch away from the keeper there. Headed away once more by Freestylers, but Tommy's on hand to get the ball ahead of the number 25. He plays it down the line to Lewis. One touch. Defender commits, and see you later. And he's got some space to run into here as he makes his way towards the edge of the box, puts it in, blocked by the 11. And it's Elliot with the last touch there, and that is out for the goal kick. Here's Charlie V now from the reserves into the first team. I'm not too sure what he was looking for there, but in doing so, he's giving it straight to the keeper. And from that, he hits it straight down the field over the halfway line. Big kick off of the back of Tony's head there into the path of the 25, who hits it, and it's straight at Sean. It's an interesting save from him there. Don't do that again, mate. That might go for your legs next time. From the goal kick here is sent long up the field from Sean, and it's causing some problems there with the bounce Number 6 looks to get it under control. He's not managed to do so as Lewis knocks it on for Asa here. Lovely touch from him to bring it down. Looks to cut inside of 3 players there, and he's still got the ball. It's a little dink there through the legs of 67, past the keeper, and that is in the back of the net for 2. Asa's second. He's on the hat-trick. If I've got any advice for youngsters out there, stop watching the flicks and tricks tutorials. That can come later on. Focus on your first touch, just like Asa has here. As a defender and a midfielder, it gives you more time to focus on your next pass than trying to control it, but as a striker, it gets you into some decent situations, just like Asa finds himself here. He pokes the ball past the keeper. That's 2-0 to Palmer's FC now. And so we're kicking off here, and they're looking to come forward straight away. The ball's played out to this near side where the 25 is, but it's good defensive work from Knowlesy there. And despite being under pressure here on the turn, he's only going to want us a throw as well. You notice we switched sides this week to stop people from getting in the way.
Here we go.
Try.
Come on, Troy. You shouldn't even be in this half-year lino. But we carry on with Elliot in possession here, under pressure as well. But still managed to hold on to the ball, even when legs are going through him. He can't go that way. We'll go the other way instead. As he puts it across to Luke. It goes down under that challenge. Ball's loose. Elliot's won it back there. And again, another example as to why Elliot's a great battler in the midfield. But it's Knowlesy now who gets taken out by the 11 there. Nothing given. And Freestylers come away. Is Lewis now playing the ball inside to Luke, who gives it back to Lewis. Lovely little touch past the defender there. And that ball from Elliot looks a little bit overhit, but Lewis is so quick. He's got onto it as he drives into the box, hits it. I thought this went in at first, but it did go wide of the goal and the score stays 2-0. But good play from the boys. Gonzo over the far side now, in from the reserves today. He gives it to Tommy, who pings a ball over the top for Charlie on the run. Number 6 does well to cut that one out, but his controls let him down as he gives it to Charlie. Plays it back to Lewis. This is what he does best. Waits for defenders to commit, and he's taken the one on there. Lovely little step over to get past the next one here. He dinks it into the box. Unfortunately, that's over Ace's head as the number 9 looks to cut it out, but Knowlesy's got it straight back here. He looks to go beyond him here, but the number 9's doing a good job of holding him up. Doesn't look like he's going anywhere fast. Hasn't got any support either, but he has gone and won a corner. It looks like Ace is going to take this corner. I'll give you one guess as to who's just got in the way. Of course, it's Tomo's. The ball's whipped in there. Didn't quite catch it, but the last touch has come off of a freestyler there, and that is out for another corner as Lewis whips that in this time. It's the number 9 who gets his head to it to half clear it. Tommy's looking to get it off of the 25, which he does. Lays it off to Tony. Shot comes in, but he's dragged that well wide. Quick reminder, this is a 60-minute game, and this is half-time. It's that time again to appreciate some of you guys who have actually purchased our kit. The home and away is available from palmersfc.co.uk, sponsored by Kit Locker. If you use the hashtag PalmersFC kit, we'll pick that up and we'll whack you in these videos, just like these guys from Adelaide in South Australia. That was a poor accent, but nice one, Will Longshaw and your friend. I'm not too sure of his name. Either way, thanks for the support down under. And from Australia to the States, where it's confirmed that John's second favourite team is, of course, Palmers FC. His first, by the looks of it, is Portland Timbers. I might have to do an international on the road at some point. But nice one, John. Enjoy your kit. In the words of Scott, he's absolutely delighted with his new kit. Looks like he's gone for the long sleeve number there. Winter is coming, and no, I actually don't watch Game of Thrones. Finally, we've got Kier, and I hope I pronounced that right. It's your birthday. Well, it was, and this is what you got. I like it. I want one. We're coming at half-time, 2-0 up, and I think deservedly so, but Freestylers did have a couple of opportunities, and had they gone in, scoreline could be different. In fact, it would be different because they would have gone in. Therefore, it wouldn't be 2-0. But enough chat. Another 30 minutes to go. Let's crack on with this second half. And from kickoff, you'll notice Nick is now on the field. He's replaced Asa up top. Freestylers look to pass it around. It's number 6 in the middle, picking it up as he dinks it out to this near side. It's a 50-50 ball here. Charlie's gone in there into the elbow of our opponent. Not intentional, of course. That doesn't take away the fact that it bloody hurt. But he's a tough lad, and he's back up and ready to go again. Anyway, we carry on. It's Gonzo on this near side, picking the ball up. Looks to play it forward, but that's cut out by our opponents here. Rides the challenge from Gonzo. Ref plays on as Dan Cutting picks it up, but we've got Super Dan who wins it back. But it is indeed brought back for a free kick for that challenge from Gonzo. But luckily for us, that free kick is sent forward. It's over everyone's head and straight into the arms of Sean. Sean then looks to play it out from the back as he gives it to Knowlesy there. He's got Connor ahead of him, who's also now on the field, but that's cut out by the number 6 who sticks it forward for the number 9 who lays it off for Dan Cutting.
Good finish, but...
But what, Andrew? But number 9 coming back from an offside position as this was passed. Yeah, unfortunately. Well, for Freestylers anyway. Score stays 2-0. Down the other end, we've got Lewis who throws it into the path of Charlie here. Looks to stick it over the top of 30. He does so, but he's made to go back, and it's Connor that gets it onto that left of his. Whips it towards that back post. Knowles is on the end of it with a volley, but sends it airborne. No balls, please. Here's Tommy now picking it up. We don't often see him running forward with the ball. He's usually spraying it left, right, and forward, and he's done so there in the end as he gives it to Lewis. Last touch comes off of the defender, and that is out for the corner. And so it's Knowlesy to take this one. It's a back post job as number 9 gets up ahead of Elliot there. That goes straight into the keeper's arms. Possession continues here as Luke picks up the ball from Tony. He plays it once more inside to Tommy. He then looks up and sprays a ball out to this near side for Lewis. It's just over the defender's head here. He then whips it across the box for Asa, who's back on the field now. He can't direct it towards goal. In fact, he's gone up rather than out. Freestylers eventually clear their lines. That's Dan Cutting now for Freestylers, picking up the ball on the halfway line, sticking it forward for the guy with no number, with the yellow boots. He's in on goals, he hits it, Sean's equal to it, comes back and hits him again, and that's gone wide of the goal. 2-0's a dangerous scoreline, get one back and it's game on. Moving on from that, we've got Tommy, always dropping deep to pick out the ball, looking for the next pass, and he's giving it to Connor, who's under no pressure whatsoever here. He's allowed to put a ball over the top. 28's on the end of this one as he looks to chest it back to the keeper, but Lewis gets in between him, goes beyond the keeper, looks to tap it home, but the 28's there to block that, and eventually they clear the danger. As you can see, Greaves is on the field now as they look to carve out some more chances for themselves now. 6 puts it forward for the guy with no number in yellow boots as he hits it, completely slices it, and that is well over. I'm sensing that we're sitting back a little bit now as we're allowing the balls to be put over the top. It's number 30 this time. He gets it under, goes inside of Dan, then outside of Dan, hits it, but that is over the bar. Here's Dan now picking the ball up at the back and putting it out to this near side. It looks to be going out, but it's well kept in by Lewis here. And now he's on his way. 28 chasing him down as he puts it into the box for Asa. He's got Nick in support if he wants him, but he's gone the other way. Now he spots Nick as he dinks it over the top. Under pressure from the 6 and the 3 here. He does get the shot in, but that's not troubling the keeper. Here's Greavesy now playing it out to this near side where Lewis is. Been told to actually play right wing back, so he's up and down the field now as he gives it forward to Connor. He's got Asa there if he wants him. He dinks it over the 5. I think he might be offside here as he hits this. It's gone wide anyway, which means the score stays 2-0. Here's Nick now playing it back home to Lewis, who's in support at that right wing back position. You can see they're completely standing off him. They're not putting the challenge in just in case he does take them on. It's probably better that he puts a ball over the top. It might be over hit, but instead he's put a ball over the top and it's arrived with Luke. Now they're putting the pressure on. It's arrived back with Lewis, who whips this ball across, and that is cleared at the front post by the 5, out for a corner. Nosey now whips this ball into the box. It's punched away by the keeper to the edge of the box. Brought down by Connor on the left. Bang! And that's a great save from the keeper. He's equal to it there and sends it out for another corner. Over that far side, it's Asa that's whipping it in this time. It's half cleared. He's out to 67. He lets it run into the path of Tommy.
Oh.
Crossbar. From that, the goal kick is sent up the field, and that is over Greaves' head here into another no-number man with white boots this time. Cuts inside of Tommy, plays it inside to the 67. He gets beyond Tommy as well there as he makes his way towards the edge of the box. No one's shutting him down as he hits it with the left. Sean's equal to that one and sends it around the post for a corner. So that corner is whipped in, but it's not a good one from Freestylers, and Tony clears. He's 67 now picking the ball up, but under pressure from Luke. They're not happy with this challenge here. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it as far as I'm concerned as Nick puts it through the legs of 5 into the path of Charlie. Cuts inside of the 5, bangs it, keeper's equal to it, and gets down for the seconds as well. Not long left in this one at all as the ball's pumped forward there. Tony misses it, unfortunately, and it goes through to Dan Cutting, but it's Dan on Dan here. But which one is going to come out on top? Daniel Cutting on the floor, still managed to keep onto the ball somehow. Tried to scoop it out wide, but that hit Knowlesy. Greaves is in there with the challenge now. As 25 recovers from it. That's blocked by Knowlesy once again. It's brought back for a free kick. So it's 25 that steps up for this one. It's over the wall, but luckily straight into the arms of Sean. Back down the other end now, it's Knowlesy that's tripped. Wins the ball afterwards, but took the man first, and that's going to be a free kick. So it's Lewis that stands over this one, hits it over the wall, top bins, good save from the keeper, and then the battery ran out. So here's your next clip. Nothing happened from that corner. It was whipped in, and then the final whistle went. And so it ends. Palmers FC 2, Freestylers FC 0. Massive thanks to Daniel and his team for coming down for this one. But it doesn't end there, guys. Our reserve team are now in action. You can go and check them out over on Mr. Daniel Cutting's channel. Links are in the description below. Don't miss it because there were some goals. What that does mean for this channel for this week is there is only one game upload. Next week will be the same as well because the two teams are facing each other. It's Palmers FC versus Palmers FC Reserves. That will be up next week as well. Following that is one more week of pre-season and then our season starts. About time, eh? But until then, don't forget to drop a like on this video, subscribe to this channel as well. Lots going on, and we will see you in the next one.